Hello, my name is David Cotton. I'm in Pearson's office in central London. It's a beautiful day, very, very sunny, and behind me there's a magnificent view of London, the London Eye, and all the great monuments. I'm often asked, what is a great teacher? What is a legendary teacher? And I've thought about this a bit, and I would say a legendary teacher is an unforgettable teacher, passionate about their subject and very knowledgeable. I think a legendary teacher is a great communicator. They can communicate their ideas to you very clearly, interest and motivate you in the subject they're teaching. I think the other point is that a legendary teacher can create a lifelong interest in the subject they're teaching. For example, I'd never forgotten my French teacher, and because she was such a brilliant teacher, I learned the language well, I immersed myself in the literature. I go often to France, and I'm very, very influenced by French culture. And all that's down to the fact that when I was age 10, I had a fantastic teacher of French. I've often been asked, what inspired us to write Language Leader? Well, I think the first thing that inspired us is we wanted to write a course book that would provide thought-provoking texts for students. Texts and topics that they would really want to discuss, that they would have opinions about, ideas, and that they could exchange their ideas. I think secondly, we wanted to write a book which would provide students with the communication skills that they need to succeed in their academic or in their working lives. And in their working lives, we're thinking of an international, global world that they will be entering. And also we wanted to prepare students who were on a pathway course for university or at university, and they needed to improve their language and communication skills. In terms of academic careers, there's a very strong study skills and writing course in Language Leader, which really does make it very different from other comparable courses. And in addition to that, we have video materials which are very exciting, and we also have scenarios, business problems that students have to solve the problems and use all their communication skills. And I think that is unique in our books, the scenarios that students engage in. I'm also asked, how can Language Leader create legendary teachers? And I think the answer is because Language Leader is a book which is so motivating and exciting to use, the texts, the development of the vocabulary and so on. It is a very exciting book which not only students but teachers will enjoy using and really learn something in addition to their students, because some of the texts are so interesting and been very well researched and so on. So I think it's a kind of collaborative process that students are going to enjoy doing Language Leader. Teachers are going to really enjoy teaching this very interactive, communicative approach to teaching, and as a result there will be a dynamic atmosphere in the classroom. Students will never forget the classes they've had with Language Leader, and they will never forget the teachers they had with Language Leader. Well, the other day someone asked me, could I think of anyone in my experience who was a legendary teacher? And quite frankly, one person came immediately to my mind. When I was about 10 or 11 years old, we had a gym teacher, Mr. Christie. He was a very unusual man. He used to do his gymnastics on a trapeze high up in the trees above the school grounds with no safety net. So we all greatly admired him for that, for his courage and his daring. But I've never forgotten him because I wasn't very good at gymnastics, and he took a personal interest in me and said, look, you can be a good gymnast. And he spent time with me climbing the ropes and jumping over the horse and so on. And he spent so much time that he trained me so well that at the end of the term I was voted the best gymnast in the class when we had to perform in front of the whole school. So he really got me to believe in myself. He raised my self-esteem. He really spotted a talent which I thought wasn't there. I've never forgotten Mr. Christie. He was a born teacher, and I wish I could meet him today in the street, stop him and say, Mr. Christie, I've never forgotten you. You were the most wonderful teacher I've had in my life.